and spread them all around. And then eventually he was caught for it. It's kind
Or just because you don't want to knock anything down.
Oh, just not throw them, just put throw your hands up.
Okay.
Like it? Don't throw them.
Don't throw them at the
Yeah.
end, just to kind of.
Oh, not hands up.
okay. So, no. When Truth Was Treason, performed by Christian Palmer, Jesse Palmer, and Jared Loud. Let me tell you a story about a friend of mine and the stand we took against the Nazis. In January 1933, Hitler took the chancellorship of Germany. The economy improved. People had jobs again. Many thought Hitler was an answer for prayer. Then, in 1939, Czechoslovakia was taken. Soon most of Europe was under German control. Books were burned. We were forced to join the Nazi youth organization. September 1939, a decree was passed, outlawing listening to foreign radio. We weren't intellectuals or members of any political group, but we felt then, as we feel today, that the pen is mightier than the sword, and that public opinion can do wonders. People have courage. It was on this that we based our stand.
The blood tribunal of the Third Reich is now in session. Before us today is the trial of Helmut Hubener, charged with high treason towards the benevolent government of Germany. Prosecution, you have the floor.
Do you swear that the testimony you give today will be the truth?
Yes, I have never done otherwise.
Do you recognize these items?
Yes, the typewriter and papers belong to me, the radio belongs to my brother.
What did you use them for? Tell the court everything that happened.
8 months ago, I was looking for something I'd lost and I chanced across the radio in a closet. I was curious and took it upstairs to listen. That night, I heard a broadcast from the BBC.
Hey Rudy, listen to this. The British claim that their aircraft carrier, the Ark Royal, is still afloat. Our own government claimed to have sunk that very same ship 7 times.
That's true. I've noticed that on the German radio, we always seem to be winning. People are being tricked by Dr. Goebbels into supporting Hitler. Liar and tyrant. On the British radio, they report the casualties of both sides, even in London.
Oh good, Carl, you're here. So guys, how goes the war?
Good morning, Germany! The Nazis are on the verge of victory in North Africa, and Russia should fall before winter.
Or that's what the Nazis want us to believe. The truth of the matter really is good. The United States has joined the Allies and Russia is launching an effective counterattack.
If this is the truth, maybe more people should know about it.
You're right. I have an idea. I've typed out several of the broadcasts and turned them into leaflets. We can distribute them. Put them on bulletin boards. Are you crazy? Are you completely off your rocker? Surely you don't suppose we three can overthrow the entire Nazi government? Well, we can inform people. They'll realize that they're not alone in their opposition to the Nazis. Why, information will spread till all of Hamburg has gotten some word of it.
Okay, I'll take a couple. Hey, time to unload the whole stack. But that swastika's a nice touch. They look official.
I can take some. I'll take the north side, you take the workers' quarter.
Great. I'll take down another railroad. Good luck. It was clear that the Nazis feared truth more than they feared weapons, and leaflets more than they feared guns. That's why they were so threatened. Carl and Rudy were friends from church, and I knew that I could trust them. Together, we distributed over 60 different editions over a 9-month period. Only our strong moral convictions kept us going. Without these convictions, revolution is impossible. People say,
Why should I sacrifice my life and my family for someone I don't even know?
people aren't willing to take a stand. That's why after the war, the world asked of the Germans, how can they let Hitler do this? Why didn't they do something? Why didn't they stand up? Well, some of us did. I think it made a big difference in how the world felt about the Germans after the war and how the Germans felt about themselves.
Will Heinrich Mons please take the stand? Herr Mons, tell the court everything that happened February 5th, 1942.
I am the direct supervisor of Helmut Hubener. I was in the office when I noticed something extremely suspicious was going on.
Oh, it's just this once. I can't translate those. Do you know what kind of trouble I'd get into? You're a good kid. You can't help anyone if you're in prison. Or dead. They're not gonna kill me. Think about it. Everyone who gets just one of these will realize that maybe things can change. I need them in French to give to the French prisoners of war. It'll help them hold on just a little bit longer. The Nazis won't win this war. That's treason. I'm not a criminal.
I want to speak to you two immediately. Former France? Huguenot? What is going on? I can see that something strange is happening.
Helmut wanted me to do some translation for him. I told him I was too busy.
Let me see the papers you asked him to translate. I saw you hide something when I came in. I don't believe it. I trusted you. You there! Detain these two while I get the Gestapo.
Helmut Hubel and Werner Kranz were immediately detained. What you see on the table before you was found in Hubner's house. Before I continue, let me tell you something. That'll help you understand the devilish cunning of this calculating youth. He was born into a strong household. He is pure Aryan. His father is the captain of the local stormtroop division. He is remarkably intelligent. And because his crimes are thought crimes, he should be judged as an adult. He, who had every reason to stay within this system, to join this monumental movement that sweeps across the fatherland, rebelled, and chose for himself his punishment. Yet he shows no remorse. We must not treat this ingratitude kindly.
That offense now has the floor.
He's only a boy playing silly boyish tricks. I ask for mercy and judgment. That is all.
Helmut Hubner, do you have anything to say in your defense?
Although I stand on trial, I stand today with a clear conscience before God and man. The prosecution claims that Karl-Heinz Schnibb and Rudy Wohl are guilty of assisting me in the planning. This is not true. It was I who thought of the idea. I wrote the leaflets. The blame must be mine. I had no choice. I had to listen to the broadcasts, and when I learned the truth, I had to disseminate it.
While you were lying to the High Council, they were deciding your fate and that of your friends. Karl-Heinz Schnibb, 5 years, hard labor, to be extended if necessary. Rudy Wohl, 10 years, hard labor, to be extended if necessary. Helmut Hubner, death by beheading. Your life is null and void.
You kill me for no reason at all. I haven't done anything wrong. All I've done is tell the truth. It's my turn now, but your turn will come.
Our friend Helmut Hubner was beheaded at 8:15 that very evening. He was 17.
And at that time, the youngest person executed for treason against the Nazis. Almost 3 years later, the Nazi judges were convicted in the famous Nuremberg trials. What he did was significant because each sacrifice contains intrinsic value.
In the sluggish stream of the world, dropping friends to silt up with narrow-mindedness.
Is given new impetus by those very few who sacrifice themselves, not from a wish to pose as heroes,
But because they can consummate their human mission in no other way.
The legacy left by Hubner can only come alive when it is understood as a moral obligation.
to continue towards the protection of freedom wherever it is threatened, and to regain it where it's been lost.
Truth will triumph.
Helmut taught us that.
Great.